Okay, we're diving into the latest health check on the UK economy. So, get this, for the third quarter of 2025, the economy grew by just 0.1%.
Now that's a huge slowdown from the last quarter. Growth has basically ground to a halt.
So, the economy's hit a wall. But the big question is, why? Let's figure it out.
To really get it, let's look at what the UK is actually, making.
It's a bit of a push and pull story. Services and construction were up, but production? That fell.
Yeah, that production sector shrank by 0.5%. That's a huge drag on everything.
So what on earth happened in production? Why such a big drop right there?
Well, it all comes down to manufacturing. It took a really big hit this quarter.
And check this out. In September, just car manufacturing fell off a cliff, down almost 29%.
And the reason is pretty wild. A single cyber incident shut down a huge car factory.
This wasn't just some small hiccup. It was big enough to be called a systemic event. So you have that cyber attack dragging things down, but services and construction propped everything up.
Looking at services, which is massive, it grew overall, mostly thanks to arts and entertainment.
Okay, but what does this tiny 0.1% growth actually mean for you and me?
Well, we can look at something called GDP per head. Think of it as your slice of the pie.
And last quarter, real GDP per head didn't grow at all. Nothing. A big fat zero.
That's a pretty big deal, actually. It stops a streak of 6 straight quarters of growth.
So how does the UK stack up against other big economies? Let's get some perspective. Well, the UK was right there with Canada, a bit behind France, but ahead of Germany and Italy.
So the story here is one of a single shock and a really fragile, delicate balance.
And it all leaves you wondering, if one incident can do all this, how tough is the economy really?